Hi everyone, I'm Jen from Pure Bliss Artesian Soap, and today we're doing patchouli soap within a patchouli essential oil. You can see the patchouli there. It's an all-natural ingredient, something that we want to put on our skin. It's nice and healing and it smells good. Men especially like it. The colors that I'm going to use today are brown and gold. Those just seem like fun patchouli colors, fall, very earthy, and something different than what we're normally used to with patchouli. So what I'm going to start with, I have my oils in here, and I have my lye water in here, and they're already down to the 120 degrees. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spatula out, and I'm going to burp my oils because we want to get all of the air bubbles out. And I've already added some titanium dioxide to my oil, and that just helps keep the soap more stable, and it is a natural ingredient. Now I'm going to start with my stick blender and bringing my lye water in at a slow, steady rate. Okay, and what we're going to do is called an in-the-pot swirl with our colors. And since everything is going to be patchouli, I'm going to pour the patchouli in here before we mix our colors. And with essential oils, you don't have to use as much to fragrance your soap. You actually use a lot less because they are so raw and so pungent in scent that all you need is a little bit. Okay. Okay. Bring it just to a real thin trace. That way you have a little bit more time to work with it. Okay, so I'm going to use a smaller pouring cup for my brown because I don't want to use as much brown, and a larger one for my gold. And then the base color here is going to be like this creamy yellow. Okay, actually I'm going to pour just a tinge out of there. That way I can mix the colorant. And I use micas primarily. I do use some oxides, and I'm starting to use some more natural things like annatto, activated charcoal, cocoa powder. There's many different things that you can use to color your soap. And the more natural it is, the better it is for you, unless you have an allergy to something. But you would just, with anything else, if you have an allergy, you'll just look at the back, you know, the back of the package to make sure there's nothing in it that your body can't handle. Okay, and this gold is actually a really fun color. Oh my goodness. Just want to get every little bit of the mica into there. We'll mix that up. Now we're going to pour our brown in and mix that as well. Okay. Don't necessarily want to use as much brown. And I think what we're going to have to do with the brown is zip it up a little bit. Get it all blended. just wanted to make sure everything was incorporated. And here we go. Okay. Let's stir this again. Okay, so now we have, this is saponifying rather quickly. It's because of the patchouli. It actually brings things a little bit, you know, more together more rapidly. So that's our color. And here's our gold. And here's our brown. So what I'm going to do is start off with the brown in there. And I don't know if you can see that. And then just putting the gold throughout it, making a fun swirl. The brown again is coming to a much quicker trace. I don't have a whole, patchouli is a finicky one. You don't usually have a huge amount of time when you're working with the essential oil. So you kind of have to have it planned out what you want to do. You can't walk in, you know, thinking, oh, I'm going to make a patchouli soap and not have a plan for it, especially if it's an essential oil. If it's a fragrance oil, it's a little bit better. You have a little bit more time to work with it, but essential oil patchouli, you don't have as much time to work with. So, and like I said before in other videos, every soap is different, every fragrance is different. It just depends what you're doing with it, how hot you bring your oils and your lye together. There are a lot of components, a lot of factors into it. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a little whisk and just kind of bring it together a little bit in there, and I'm going to just swirl some of this, and that's why it's called in the pot swirl. And you never know what you're going to get when it comes out. So now I'm going to pour some of it off in here. That way it's just easier to bring it together. You see some of it's kind of clumping and popping a little bit. Ooh, it's lightning outside, thundering. We're having storms here where we're at. That's kind of neat. Okay. What I'm going to do at the very end here, I'm going to make sure I get all the air bubbles out. And there you have it. That is the patchouli. So I can't wait till we cut this to see what it's going to look like. We'll probably cut it tomorrow. Oh boy. Kind of hard with the camera to get everything in order so you can see it and I can handle it. And then I'm just going to go ahead and make some little swirls. You may not be able to see the ones on the top because it's just more of a regular natural soap color. Okay, and that is it for the patchouli. Now we have a little leftover from when we did our green apple, and I'm just going to stick the remainder of the patchouli on top of there, so it'll make a nice fun family soap. All right, that's it. We'll see you for the cutting portion. Okay, this is the patchouli soap that we made last night. It looks kind of like a butterscotch pudding with the different colors that we used. So we're gonna get ready to cut into it. Patchouli is always a fun one. It's kind of vintage. Every time I go to a fair, I get a different opinion on the patchouli. That one looks kind of interesting. Some people like it real strong, others like it not as strong. So I am doing different variations of the patchouli to see what one is the best, what one would be the most liked. So this one is about 3/4 of the strength of the last one that I did in as far as scent goes. And this we made with essential oils and micas. And we did do a brown oxide as well. So I wanted it to look kind of earthy, because patchouli is very earthy. But I also wanted to make it look kind of, you know, good and festive for the fall. I find that you can kind of reinvent each one of your scents with the different seasons that we have and the colors that people are attracted to during that time. So I honestly don't think patchouli is one of my favorite scents, but it's well liked by a lot of others. A lot of people like patchouli. I'm more of the floral and the fruity scents and the clean scents. Those are the ones I appreciate. This is a really neat one. It's kind of muted, and that's what I was going for. I didn't want it to be real bright. Wanted it to be a little bit muted for the fall. And these are nice bars because they just fit really well into your hands. And patchouli is really nice, you know, for your skin, for your body. Some people really, like I said, enjoy the fragrance of it. It's a pretty neat brown and gold in there. The gold looks more of like a butterscotch color than gold, which is nice. It's kind of fun, different. Okay, so we're getting to the final one. This one I did the in the pot swirl. So it's just a really neat swirl that came out of each one of these bars. And that's it. So please go to my website, pureblisssoap.com, where you can purchase these, and I'll have it in the description box below when they will be ready. Thank you and have a great day.